Is anybody still watching Stranger Things? I watched the first episode last night and I felt completely lost. Turns out the last season was 40 months ago. That's 3 years and 4 months ago. Like me, I'm sure you've heard all the excuses about why it's taken so long, but if you actually look at the timeline, it's ridiculous. Season 1 to 2 was 15 months. From season 2 to 3, 20 months. From season 3 to 4, 35 months. It's like 3 years. Season 4 to 5, 3 years and 4 months. It's insane. They've given a bunch of official excuses and reasons, and I'm just not buying it. And now everyone looks like grown-ups. I remember when 11 was a little kid. I remember thinking, that's a weird little kid. No surprise she grew up to be a weird little adult. But my main issue is the main cast. They all look like grown-ass adults now. It's jarring. From this to this, from this to this, from this to this, from this to this, from this to this. It's crazy. And what about these 3 women? Why do they all look exactly alike? Honestly, at this point, I can't remember much about the story, where it started, what it's building towards, or even what's going on anymore. So I just started the first episode of the new season, and already they got a laser focus on sexuality. There's the Hawk girl. No, not that Hawk girl, this Hawk girl, Ethan Hawke's daughter. She's got this relationship with this red person, and I guess we're going to circle back to Mike and Will or whatever, and stuff like that just kind of pulls you out of it, because if you grew up in the 80s, it wasn't that prevalent. But every season, the storyline gets bigger and more theatrical. But this is the final season, so we should be winding down, right? Or are we going to just build and build and build until we have this whole cinematic ending? I don't know. But to me, honestly, I hope the whole thing ends with it all being in their heads. I know that's a cliche, but if it turns out they were just playing Dungeons and Dragons in the basement the entire time, if it turns out that everything that happened was, a part of the game, that would be awesome. If you grew up in the 80s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Remember all the hysteria surrounding that whole Dungeons and Dragons thing? There was that shitty Tom Hanks movie about it. Parents were concerned that, we were all selling our souls to the devil through some board game. It was ridiculous. And yeah, I think we could kind of play into that. If the whole thing ended up being a Dungeons and Dragons game in the basement the entire time, that would be awesome. And then all the characters that died could come back. I mean, I suppose it would have required some foresight on their part, sort of a How I Met Your Mother thing where they filmed the ending at the beginning so that they would be ready for it. They could use visual effects, AI, I suppose. They could make them all little kids again. I don't know. But to me, that's the perfect ending. But again, back to the original question, is anybody still watching this? How old were you when it started? How old are you now? Think about that. This show started in 2016. If you were 15 years old then, you're 24 now. You might have finished high school, graduated college, got married, started a family, maybe even had a kid or two, and this show still isn't done. What other piece of pop culture drags out over such a ridiculous stretch of time without any real sense of urgency? It's crazy. Anyway, that's it. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know all the reasons I'm an idiot in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, click notifications, and I will see you next time.